Alright guys, so today we are at RDA, Rev Drift Arena. So we are here with Nick and we're going to talk about his magnificent kit. I want to spoil the detail, but I'm going to leave it to Nick to explain like how much and then pretty much everything lah.
Okay guys, so my name is Nicholas Lim. I'm from Team RefD. Today I managed to build a very special kit. This is the Overdose Galm. The reason that why I went towards this certain kit is because I want to try many different kits. This kit very special, comes in the price standard 1,800 ringgit or 1,600 ringgit. But the hop-up itself, yeah, quite pricey because me myself also never expected it was going to sum up to 25k. A lot of money, yes, but we're willing to, you know, with the love of an RC, we're willing to explore and try out different new things. So basically, standard also can play. I think standard is one of the easy target user for beginner. And then what I did is I installed, the first thing I installed was the HG shocks. So HG shocks cost you around 1,000 ringgit after tax.
So what's the difference between the one that come in the box and the HG shocks?
Okay, come in the box, the pistons are pretty good, but HG shocks, they are using mineral oil. So you allow you to have more piston holes. So when you compress the piston, you will get more easily high droop, like with droop or no droop. You can set it by yourself. So with more pistons, of course, you got more flexibility. Overdose also come out with different type of pistons. That is the thickness, got thinner thickness, thicker thickness. So it depends on your track, your surface, on what you use, and also the oil. So everything for me, the first thing I add was the HG. Okay, then of course I went with the RefD servo and the RefD gyro. The K-Pro is pretty good, but for me, I'm not at that level to set such a difficult setting for the gyro. The gyro is a very good gyro. It's just my knowledge of it not so good. So basically, RefD very easy to set up. Servo also very easy to set up. Everything perfect. And then basically, what I did after that, I added the lower arm, the front lower arm. This is the new front lower arm. Basically, it's the version, if I'm not mistaken, it's the latest version. It's the version 2 or version 3? Version 3. So they will allow you to extend your linkage for your damper. You can extend a little bit out, so when you settle down, when you get the grip for the front, right, you can get the body roll. And then upper arm also is the newest upper arm. Everything Overdose come out new. I just give it a try and go. And basically the rocker also I changed because I want more smoother feeling. Lower arm, upper arm also approximately around 1k each. And then what I did, because I tried the car and I said, oh okay, the front very beautiful, I think I love it. So what I did is I added the knuckle, the KPI knuckle. So this KPI knuckle very easily to set. Basically they got a couple of points that you can adjust. So you can adjust the gripness or the loose for your front knuckle.
That is very interesting.
Yes.
I don't even know about that.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing.
Okay.
And then, okay, let's talk about this middle thing.
Okay, so based on my research, with Overdose as well, most of the setup here is by Rio. You guys know the RCDC World Champion. I did text him, message him. I say, hey, how do you work with the upper, what do you call the upper mount? So I asked him. He said this one actually add more rigid. So when you have more rigid, your car also added traction a little bit in terms of launching.
More more stable.
Correct. And then in terms of this as well, this is also to a part where you can add less flex.
Oh, so basically you can just adjust between these
Three holes, correct. So the function of this as well, it's quite nice. It's a bonus for the Galm. I think it's one of the parts that is most needed for upgrade, because if you go with the normal Galm, I mean, it's still nice with the carbon, but for me, I think this one will definitely show a difference in terms of speed when you use carbon and you use the LED. This is what I believe, and this is what I tested and seen lah.
So basically, just a little bit step back.
Okay.
So, from my research, there's a few type of Galm, right?
Yes, correct.
So there's the NT plus.
NT plus. Okay. Galm got two types. One is the olden type. We don't call it just a normal Galm. Then now we got the NT twist. Okay. So basically, this chassis itself is also the NT twist plus. So basically, the chassis can be adjusted towards you want long base or short base. If you use the original one, the 1006 one, the basically just a normal kit, you cannot have the adjust for the long and short. So
So it's easy, you don't need to cut your body shell to fit the...
yes, so if let's say you buy any long body shell or you use shorter body shell, can fit, no problem. So after that, what I did is I tried the RR, but sadly today we don't have the RR. RR is basically rear motor.
The one that you use on our recent com here, right?
Yes, correct. So the launching itself is more better, but when in terms of cornering, usually rear motor have a character of having slow corners. So slow corners, this kind of thing is not avoidable, but there is a place where we can plus and minus with our damper, with the oil that we're using, with the position of your dampers and all that. So the body roll itself, everything can be counted. It's just my preferred is more high motor mount lah, instead of RR. I think mostly I went with the rear high motor mount is because I think I tried RDX, I tried the SD 2.0. I love all high motor mount, because high motor mount, the action, the snappiness of a certain character is different than the RR. So I think high motor mount, if you're looking for more snappier action, more cornering action, go with the high motor mount. But if you want the track is in terms of speed track, so got more straightness, you go with the RR.
I see. Let's talk about the lower arm.
Okay, so this lower arm is very special. As you guys can see, the trialing. Okay, so this one you can adjust the angle of each. So let's say your rear toe block, you can make it toe out. When you have toe out, you grab front grip action will be more easier, right? Because your legs is all out, right? More stable. But if let's say your rear is toe out, your tire will be facing this way.
I see.
So in order to make it not toe in, like maybe toe one or toe in a bit, you can actually adjust the trailing angle. So trailing angle helps you a lot, but at the same time it has to be plus and minus. In terms of overdose, everything must be, it's not like a normal RDX. RDX, you settle one part here easily, 50%, make it balance, here 50%, make it balance, is 100% car. Overdose, a bit different, slightly more tougher. So if let's say you settle your toe for your knuckle, now the knuckle also I'm using that can adjust toe angle. So if let's say you adjust your toe to match with your lower arm, that's already 10%. And then if let's say you want to match your toe, your lower arm with your UJ to make it straight, that's also another 10%. So everything has to be calculated with Overdose, and to make sure that their product is all functional. Everything is functional, including the rocker, the upper mount, the upper arm, including the steering, the front new steering also has to be balanced with your setup.
So we talk about the kit,
Yep.
and then I mean kit is important, but the most important on a kit itself is the electronic. So without electronic,
Yes.
the car would even go. So let's talk about your electronics.
Okay.
I see it's like sort of like in all the team purple.
Yeah, I am a purple type of guy. When I'm from Ref D, that time until now, I still use purple things. Basically, my MC1 was purple. My RDX now also still purple. Some certain parts lah, because I love the purple color, especially when I was in Yokomo last time, also fully purple. So purple is my favorite color. The thing that Overdose just launched was the gearbox and this plate in purple. And the rear shock tower, but I didn't wait. I wanted to make it quick, want to try out the competition. So I made it with a black and purple theme. At first I have this in purple, including the servo holder, but if let's say I contrast the color all the way purple and then the rear black, it will be a little bit awkward. So I went with the black and purple theme. In terms of electronic, I went a little bit, like I said, easier. In servo, I use Ref D. Because of course it's easier for me to set up because I come from Team Ref D. Because if the other servo, I have less experience, to be frankly honest. It's not the other servos are not good, they are very good. It's just the time consuming for me to understand, okay, how many torque I need for this servo, how many gyro gain I need to up for this, AGS and all that kind of stuff. So electronics for servo and gyro, Ref D. Easy to set up. Receiver, Futaba, because I'm using a Futaba remote. In terms of power, Akuvans are really well known in Japan. They are the most high-end price, but performance are always there. So I went with the Fledge and I went with the RAD. I wanted to go with the Jarvis XX, but I wanted everything like brand new. So like RAD is new, the Fledge is new, so I want everything to be.
The Jarvis XX is
okay. Jarvis XX is more powerful, right? It's like we can compare like RPX2 in Yokomo, ESC, and a BL Pro 4 in Yokomo. So the power itself, the more aggressive, more stronger torque ESC will be RPX2. In terms of smoothness, easy to drive, not much high torque in the ESC, BL Pro 4. Love that. But in terms of RAD and Jarvis, the XX, the difference is not so much. The price itself cheaper a bit, but it's newer. So it's considered the baby, the brother, the younger brother. Yeah. So power is equivalent, just not too much torque, to push up the feeling of the motor and all that. But overall, everything that I set up today, including the battery mount, I wanted the whole car. If you guys can see, it's actually all in titanium. If you guys can take a look, everything is in titanium. The whole titanium, I wanted to make the car light because most, as I know, for Overdose car in Japan, they are running at 1,005. Then only you can get the speed. If your car is lighter than that, you will not get the speed. But so far, because I wanted to try and error, I went to go and make fully titanium. The whole car weighed at 1,400, 1,003 to 1,004, around that. And so far it's okay. Just the problem that I rarely bring out this car is because one, the price, and then two, in terms of setup, it's a bit tougher. I'm not gonna lie. If you know, okay, your front, how many percent you already set up, the rear, how many percent you already set up, then only you get a total balance of 100%. But for me, I've already got the 50% on the front. The rear itself, heaven. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah.
So what else needs to be hop up on this car?
Nothing.
So
it's
basically
full.
everything is fully hop up now.
It's full. Anybody who see this car, in Japan, this car took the champion. Of course, Overdose, any brand can take champion. Ref D can take champion, Yokomo can take champion, Overdose can take champion. I believe it all comes to a person knowledge to a car. So if let's say for me, when I was setting up this car, it was very, very tricky, very troublesome, something new that I learned. Usually when we screw toe block, okay, this side of the toe block, when we screw one part of it, we cannot, like usually we just screw and then we align with the hole, then we just screw in the second one, right? You cannot do that because it will miss a little bit of the thread. So you have to screw in one part, make it loose that you still can, you know, move around, then only screw in the second part. So it's a learning curve, a learning process, something new, right? Something very, very new. And basically everything that is hop up here, it's fully done. It's fully done. And including the overdose rims. These overdose rims, very nice, super high traction. Super high
So
traction.
it's more softer than the normal high traction rim.
Much. If I put this on the RDX car, it will be faster. Because of the softness of the tire itself, it's so much more easy to grab a certain traction because it has the flex, right? You can eat the floor. So everything has to be, like I said, in consideration, in balance. So far, in love with the kit. It's just I don't have the patience and time to find the real setting because now with RDX coming out with a lot of hop-up parts, I'm helping out customers to ensure their car can run. And then I did plan to use this for my RCDC this year championship. I plan to, but I also discussed, I did tell you earlier that it's tough to use this. It's not I don't want to, it's just because if I cannot find the setting, then I go there, I represent Malaysia or what, also is going to be tough. Yeah.
Okay, so we talked about the kit and electronics. So I want to talk about what's your vision for Rev Arena.
Okay, my vision for Rev Arena, actually everybody knows about this. I don't care whatever customer use. They use Sakura, Yokomo, Rev Overdose, we welcome them all. We have big plans. Next year, fingers crossed, bigger place, definitely, because thanks to the crowd, the community has been supporting us, and we see a lot of old faces coming back also, and we are very happy to assist as much as we can. Next year, my plan is to retire officially. I want to do my best in every competition this year. Try to get a name for myself, and then because now got baby boy already, so I think I need to step back a little bit and then focus on more on customers base, help out customer as much as we can, and make sure the place is much more bigger. We have a vision. We want to have 2 tracks, one for carpet and one for tiles. And then a bigger place where we got Tamiya, we got touring, we got all those kind of fun activities, right? And it's going to be a factory. That's our vision. So far, yeah, that's about it lah. Yeah.
Alright, thank you so much, Nick,
Thank you.
Spending your time with me talking about your kit.
Sure.
And
It's
if you
my
guys
pleasure.
want to know more about this kit, you guys can tune in to Nick's YouTube channel. So Nick, so when would be the video to release?
Okay, video to release, RC Nickname Vlogs will be coming out next week. That's the best week that I can give because I have a video editor now. So we are editing the day where I go to Johor and buy the whole parts. And there's a video, there's a part of it that Joey say, boss, you're crazy. So I went there all out, right? We love RC, we want to, it's not about the money that we spend, it's not we're going to flex, it's the thing that whatever I can share with you guys, I want to share, right? And you also doing your part to share to the community. I love that. So next week, coming out the video, and then after that, there's a new thing coming out also. So RC Nickname Box.
Alright, stay tuned guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, bro.